Hey, my name is Scotty, and this is my series, How to Sketch Anything, and today we're focusing on sketching birds. So this is my loose sketching technique from observation, and it's great for sketching photos like this and having fun filling a page. So we're going to start with this little colourful bird here, and I'm going to use dots to make that first main shape. That'll help us get the proportions. So up the top here, I put two dots here for my height of the head. You can see here the width is slightly wider than the height. Now let's outline that head shape, just the outline. We won't worry about the eyes or any of the detail. So you can make it a wobbly, loose line like that. And then we have another line here. The beak is roughly a third of that head. So let's draw the outline of the beak. Comes down and then, so I've broken up that shape just a little bit. We'll come back to where the eye is. So now we've got that big shape of the head. Now we can compare it to the body. The whole bird is about 3 head lengths high. So if I get that head length roughly with my fingers and then measure down, so put a dot here and another one about there. Then what about the width? Well, from that dot I can see that middle dot there, it's about the same width wide. It comes right up to near the beak. Now let's outline that neck shape. Out to there, and then roughly down this way, and it comes down and there. Now that I've got that main shape, we can really be a little bit more relaxed with the rest of the proportions. I can just see roughly the leg here coming out there and just keep them nice and loose. Just inside the body, stop there. So come up this way, and then we join them up with that branch. And the branch, the tail in there. And look at that, all the main shapes done. Now we can do some of the details. So the beak here, there'll be a line, a rough line going right through there. So we've got 2 dots there. Now let's draw a circle. And then I want to outline the main colors. Just a light line around here and a little bit of black there. Okay, I'm happy with him. Now let's go on to the next one. Now for this longer bird, we're going to start with the head again. Let's draw 2 dots for how high we want it to be. So I'm going to put 2 dots like this. Do it just roughly. The width here is once again wider than the height. Let's come in here. So that's about halfway there. And we come out again. So there, like that. And so I've changed it. And to there, the mouth is. Now this bird here is actually 4 head lengths from the end to end. So let's roughly put those out and measure those. Come down there, that looks about the same. One more down to there. Then the width, same as we did here. Coming down this way, and once again it's about the same as one of those head lengths. So let's draw that nice curve. And add some interesting character to it. There's some interesting little feathers there. Comes up right close to this point. So from that point there at the end, that tail comes out about 2.5 of these. So if I grab up about that length, put my finger there, just keeping it all to outlines. Between the middle and the bottom there, and then so it comes to about here. And then that's where they outline the leg, really loose. So the branch will be coming to here. Now let's break up the rest of the bird here. Goes up, beautiful blue shiny feathers here like that. So halfway between the head here, that's where the right side of the eye is. That's where the eye goes. And then we can add some of those feathers here. Go like this. So just draw some feathers along here. So a long curve and then a little bit at the end. So there's some nice little hairs come out the back there. Make this little blue bird fit in this corner. So I'm trying to make the head a bit smaller than I have been doing. There you go. So the width is wider than the head, so I put those in. Now let's outline the shape. So once again, the beak is in that top left quadrant. Have a nice round head, a nice sharp beak. It's coming through there. Now how high is this bird? So it looks like 4 head lengths. So let's grab that and go down 1. Put a dot, 2, 3. Oh, there. So the width, 1 head length from the middle. And 1 head length from the middle there. Let's go, I'll make sure it's... So the tail is almost, just maybe a bit less, 2 head lengths down to here. The tail, then the feet. Next foot. So it's easy to do these without measuring, you're just comparing to the size and shape. We can break up some of this other shapes, so the wing, the feathers, more layered. So just adjusting with these sketches is fine. Okay, I especially love this bird for some reason. Just love his little headpiece at the top. Quite small there. And then we have the width, which is once again wider than the height. Back here. That, and then up. Comes around. Just have a little bit here. So it makes that head kind of attached to the body more. There's not as distinct connection. So like that. And around the beak. You can see there where I did 4 dots, it's less than 4 dots, so 2/3. So a lot shorter there. It's about a head width to here, but a little bit longer. So that's a head width and a bit longer. Now let's draw the main shape. Breast of the bird, and it comes down. It'll almost come out to here and down this way. It's about 2 heads from there. We have a bit of a foot there, and then a bit further down we have another foot, and make it curve around the branch, imaginary branch. Add that branch in where the feet are. Now we can add that eye, little circle, and the black, divide that up, and down, and then straight lines to show the direction. Some other ones here like that, feathers going back along the wing. Okay, our last bird here, so we have the two at a slight angle, the width almost the same as the height, and then the main shape. So the top, that, how far is it going? Not very far. Just looking at the outline, and then down, shadow. So that's the main shape. Now the height, now the body, it's about 1.5 there, isn't there? I can just see with that green line. One, another one, but then the green line there, that's showing about here, that's about halfway. So that's the end of the body. And then width-wise, we go across another head width, it looks like, about there. So I'm actually going to measure from looking at the side. You can see it comes out past this point, so but make sure it has a nice round shape there. So coming out, and coming down to that point. And the tail, one here, that angle, so have that foot in there. And the other one's right up near his chest there, so and then the wing, it comes along that where the neck is down. Let's draw that into that in the small little eye there, and the nostril there, and feathers here. Now the branches, so we can make this up a little bit as we go. So but we have to get one branch going from there. There's something happening behind there, and then to this foot. You can even do that and not even draw the actual buds yet. Branch up there. Another bud here. That, just outlining the shape just by eye. You can take your time doing that. So there are all my ink lines. I'm really happy with those. That was a lot of fun to do. Now we're ready to go on to some watercolor. Okay, so just like with the line work, we use the big shapes and go down to the details. Then also with the watercolor, we do the same thing. We're going to do the big watercolor shapes and then draw, then paint in the little details on top. So the first color we're going to use is cerulean blue. There's a light section here, and we don't have to go perfectly in the lines there. Big stroke through here. So I might actually go to something completely different and go over to the red, and we're going to be using cadmium red, so I'll put that down in the bottom. The color around in your line work, and then we come down and we can add some cadmium yellow to the mix, and through here and here. I might try using lemon yellow right in this section just below the eyes. Then this bird in the top right, I can't leave him out, burnt sienna, so it comes around where his wing is and then around a bit there. And I might add a little bit of alizarin crimson, so hopefully that blue there is dried. Now Payne's grey, it's quite dark here. We've got the eye here. And I might lighten that Payne's grey up and use it for the legs. One leg there. Yeah, so it's better if it's lighter, it shows all the line work. So now just the process of going through and blocking all the colours in. Payne's grey. Now I've just cleaned out that bit of a palette from the cerulean blue and I've put ultramarine in there. The contrast between the ultramarine and that cerulean blue will look really nice. Top of the wing here was nice, really nice blue. And down here. Down. And the ultramarine coming up. Lemon yellow, but I'm adding in yellow ochre. But still, I want it to be a different yellow here. I'm adding a bit of Payne's grey into it. Darker around this edges here. Coming down this way. So we've got cadmium red brightness. So this is the nice second layer you can do. If you do a first layer light, it really adds that nice contrast. And right across this middle bit. Now alizarin crimson, which is kind of a cooler red, darker red, add some Payne's grey, darker ones there. So I'm thinking about that bright green at the top here. So I've been mixing lemon yellow and I've added just a touch of cerulean blue front of his breast. I'll add more cerulean blue to make that just a bit darker. So I want a warm grey here, and as it comes further down we can add more Payne's grey. And then around the back here it's got a bit of light. This one here. Try to avoid the feet. Just looking at the bottom section of the branches. Now we're nearly up to doing some shadows, so just dry that with my hairdryer. So we're getting there. I hope you're enjoying this process. It's a lot of fun, and you can add some more saturated spots here on the top on this second layer. There's some reddy orange. Now we can show some of those feathers in a direction, and it comes up into the lighter tone there of colour. And it's the same with the branches. You can add a second layer just to show the texture. Details here. And now permanent rose. The flowers there. It's easy, just little shapes. We don't have to draw all those petals or anything in there. Broader strokes there. So now we've done all the colour, we can add some shadows. So I've got Purple Lake here, and I put that in there and really light wash, but you can use any shadow colour that you like. And it comes across here a little bit, bottom of the breast there. This bird has quite a long big shadow that goes all the way. Nice and vibrant. And then where does the shadow? Down in there. Underneath here is the main shadow will be probably between him and the snow, which is that branch just in there. And then at the back, especially here, branches. But I never do my shadows too dark. It's just we like to have the vibrant colours and the line work. Now the last thing to do is add some little highlights. I have my Uniball Signo pen. Just make sure you have that highlight in the top corner there. But mostly I'm going to put it around the eye, the beak, and then the legs. Just in here, like on the toes. Maybe where the nostril is, you might catch the light on the edge of the beak. So on here. And then a highlight here, which I missed. Hinted all the detail. And then I'll put a highlight in the eye here. So that's how I sketch birds with ink and watercolor. I hope you enjoyed the process and adding watercolor on those. If you want to see the full version, I have that over on my Patreon page without the cuts, and you can download all those references and see them in full on your screen, so it's much easier to sketch with me. You can also add your sketches to the community chat and ask me a question if you need to there. But otherwise, there's another tutorial right here on YouTube you can watch. Thank you so much for being with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.